Let's talk about Oburu Odinga, Dr. Oburu Odinga. Recently, he was finally officiated as the party leader of ODM. So I am thinking, who is a better influencer of politics if not him? Who can you say is influencing politics more if not him? Hi, welcome again. I am your host, 𝐿𝐿𝐶𝐻. This is the Political Oracle with Dr. 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐬. But today I have someone else with me who I'm pretty sure you've seen once in a while, but I want us to discuss something totally different. So welcome, 𝐒𝐿𝐶𝐬.
Thank you so much, Neema.
Shake my hand now. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am very fine. Now, you know, I've been thinking, I think a lot. And with all the politics that is happening, the atmosphere is fully charged, waiting to blow up as we head on to 2027. I want us to see all the influences of politics right now and their influence, their impact to politics as it is. So that, yes, and amongst them, we have those who are actually contenders of the presidential seat, but they influence politics. I don't know if you're understanding me. I hope the viewers do understand me. You've gotten right. Very well. So the first and foremost, the one that is very obvious is President William Ruto himself. President Ruto has been throwing off mambo ya development. Not throwing off, but he started development tours in Kenya. And he's in Ukambani, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, sure.
And him being with eyeing the presidential seat in 2027 makes him both a participant and also an influence in the politics itself. Hear me out. When we talk about influence, we talk about the agenda setting, what is going to be discussed, you know. Right now, he's talking in one of his speeches, he said that he wants to focus more on developing the country, you know, building the nation. So that is an influence in itself. He's changing the narrative of discussions and campaigns and rallies that are being done currently. Because right now, when it comes to politics, even from discussions that are being done from other media houses, from other televisions, they're talking about his development was where some people have called it a lie. Others are saying that he's using public's money. A discussion by Dan Manzo when he was in a local television. You can go listen to it. He expressed himself. He said some things. He's just one of the people who've spoken about it, and I'm pretty sure others have, right? So President William Ruto, he also said that people should stop focusing on poverty politics. Yet, there was a time he was talking about him being hustler when he wanted to join, to get into the seat, which raises questions. That's a topic of another discussion and day. So that also becomes another point of influence, right? And him being the incumbent power and in economic setter, he controls the national budget,
yeah, sure.
And state resources and appointments. He also controls the patronage and development of the government itself. And he sets terms of engagement. As I finish on President Ruto, because I'm pretty sure you have something else to say.
You cannot mention politics in Kenya right now and fail to mention President Ruto.
In one way or another,
He's a national figure, symbol of unity, and he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So President Ruto is a very powerful figure and a key figure in shaping politics in Kenya right now, just like you have said. Development, any tour, and every move he makes, according to many of us, is political. Yeah.
Thank you for that sentiment. Another influence I was thinking of is the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. He was quiet for a while. He settled down. he looks like a more jovial man right now, you know. There was a discussion we were doing with Daktari at one point, and he was saying he's changed, right? And I'm pretty sure him changing, him going into seclusion for a while and then coming back, he's come back with new energy. That's why he's reviving Jubilee again. Then we saw him endorsing Matiangi as a presidential candidate, right? But then I sit down and see that this President Uhuru Kenyatta is not just a common figure. He is, number one, a dynasty in itself, Sindio.
Sure.
And he's also a kingpin. Once a kingpin, always a kingpin, Sindio. Now he's coming back. Him coming back influences politics in this way. He was a good president. He did his work well. He had the hearts of the people. That is something for sure, Sindio. But then I'm also seeing that him coming back desettles the Mount Kenya. It divides people again. That's number one. Number two, him endorsing Matiangi divides other people. I'm also seeing that him coming to endorse Matiangi changes the entire united opposition narrative. Because number one, we were speaking here with Daktari and we were saying that Matiangi, then he did not have a party. But right now he has a party, which makes Matiangi stronger when it comes to 2027 politics. So how does he influence the politics right now?
So far, Kenyans have shown a lot of love to the former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yeah.
We have seen him being cheered up in public, and he still remains the de facto party leader of Jubilee. Even though they nominated Matiangi to be the deputy party leader, Uhuru Kenyatta is still the party leader. And in 2027, and even in the current situation we are in, the former President Uhuru is still shaping politics of this country. He ruled this country for 10 years. And remember, he's still the kingpin for the Mount Kenya.
Sure.
Even though we have Gachagua in the race to try and capture the Mount Kenya, Uhuru is still recognized as the kingpin for Mount Kenya. So he will shape and continue influencing politics of this country even as we head to 2027. He's
a kingmaker. He's a power. His influence in Jubilee to recognize opposition and other people. He gets to see, he spoke to someone and said, don't stop insulting Gachagua.
Sure.
That's agenda setting. Number two, he's changing the strategies completely by affecting the pawns in the chessboard, by taking up Matiangi, given the fact that he was in his system and government, and endorsing him, which changes the whatever. If someone was relying on Matiangi like Gachagua was relying on Matiangi, poof, imeenda, sindio? Those are just ways that I'm seeing he's becoming an influence. And then, also, because he was the former president, sindio, when he decides to now come kwa grassroots, he was able to speak to the people. He was able to relate to the people, regardless of his family background, which is also going to be a big advantage, and it's also going to be a very big tool that they're going to use to push Matiangi, sindio? And then, another one I'm saying that is very crucial. Another influencer is the late Raila Odinga. I remember there's someone who said that even in his grave, the late Raila becomes more powerful in his grave than when he was alive, and it is very true. Number one, he left a united government between ODM and Ruto. That's another point of influencing. That from the very beginning, that's how he influenced, especially this year, politics, because it changed the narrative of opposition completely. It also changed the alignment of ODM as we see it. Because from the beginning, ODM has been created to oppose. That's what it was created, not for, but that's how it became. It came to be, opposing, and that's what Baba had been doing. So that's literally the face of ODM, if I'm not wrong, But then him coming and uniting them, he influenced. He started making talks of a broad-based government, And eventually he did. Do you know till this date there are still members of ODM still holding on to that pact, Sindio?
Sure.
Which means he's also influencing in his death, Sindio, in his graveside. His death also created a vacuum, meaning that we are awaiting to either see a new voice, Sindio, a new voice walking in the shoes of Baba, but which can never be filled, yes. Or we'll see a familiar voice rising up as the new opposition, which I think we are seeing right now. That as much as Gachagua has been there, there's Kalonzo rising. Sindio. Now, I don't know about you, but that is what I've come to think of so far.
Baba, before he died, he was in good terms with President Ruto. He died while he was in government. And majority of the people until now believe that Baba left his supporters with President Ruto. And that will have great influence in a way that many people who had followed Raila Odinga for long will, in one way or another, support President Ruto in 2027.
Then we go to Rigathi Gachagua. Before I have any points, are you seeing in any way how he's influencing politics right now?
Rigathi Gachagua? Yeah, he is very vocal.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
And in one way or another, he is trying to resonate with the common mwananchi, although he is critiquing the government. So it's a key figure that even President Ruto will continue watching as we head to 2027.
You know, I'm thinking that because of how Gachagua is very vocal, when President Ruto was it in Ukambani or in that area, there's some words he said. And I remember Dan Manzo, the senator for Makueni, spoke and he said, there are things President Ruto said about the united opposition or any opposition at that time. And I think for Rigathi Gachagua, he influenced the method of speaking. He influenced the president because of how vocal he is and how articulate when it comes to his words is. The same thing is happening to President Ruto. Working with psychology, you know, and I think it's something that a strategy that Gachagua has been using. So I think that's also a way of influence that Gachagua has been influencing the strategies of politics, the strategies that had been known and the strategies that are coming up of politics and campaignships. Then we have another one. We have Oburu Odinga.
Before you move on to Oburu Odinga, remember Gachagua was the deputy president. So he knows President Ruto very well. So he has very secretive things, maybe.
Very
he has a lot
true.
Of details. He assisted President Ruto get votes from Mount Kenya. And in 2027, where Gachagua will go politically, he will move with majority of the people. So President Ruto will watch and will continue watching Rigathi Gachagua even as he continues to campaign.
As we finish up, let's talk about Oburu Odinga, Dr. Oburu Odinga. Recently, he was finally officiated as the party leader of ODM. So I am thinking, who is a better influencer of politics if not him? Who can we say is influencing politics more if not him? Number one, there was a discussion where he said they're not going to negotiate on any other position unless the DP. Hi, that's number one. Number two, right now we understand there's ODM at 20. They're having their party. So I'm thinking them calling is a moment of discussion, a point of discussion, a platform for discussion for Oburu, Dr. Oburu, where they're now going to speak on how they are going to agree. But then here's the point of influence. Within the ODM itself, there are people who are siding with him. But then, of course, there are people who are thinking otherwise and everything. But now he influences the politics in Kenya where there is going to be, number one, ODM becomes a regional-based kind of a party, given the fact that no one else has been selected. It's the brother. So no, that's number one. Number two, he influences the politics of Kenya, where those people who are left, the supporters of Raila, of the late Raila Odinga, the supporters cling on to ODM as we speak right now. But then him being with President Ruto, there are those supporters who see that this is not right. So we are going to see fractures and people going away. And then I'm also seeing that Dr. Oburu is also going to influence the politics in a way. He will determine the national cohesion strength because he can decide to, no. So he's also a very sensitive point where when it comes to peace in Kenya and cohesion in ODM and political stability when it comes to the anti-Ruto Popular Front, which is going to make it structurally weak when he joins government. What do you think?
As the party leader, Oburu Odinga, of course, he will give direction. And for long, we have known that ODM is a very powerful party in politics. And his direction will move a lot of the ODM supporters. If he decides that he will support President Ruto up to 2027 and maybe beyond, there are those who will follow his direction.
True.
Although you have said we are likely to see fractures in the ODM party, majority of the people will follow his direction now as the party leader.
Yes.
If he, and just like you had said, that he demanded for a deputy position in 2027, that means that he is a very key figure in politics and he will influence very much the 2027 general election. We may see ODM and UDA unite. We may see ODM coming up with a presidential candidate.
Yes.
All of those decisions that he is going to lead are going to move politics of this country as we head to 2027.
Now, as we wind up, I'm thinking of Kalonzo Musyoka, who's become I have to be, like right now people are speaking about Kalonzo Musyoka, given the fact that President Ruto has been in Ukambani, that's where people believe is his territory. So how do you see, according to you, before I state my point and as we finish up, how do you see him influencing the politics right now as we head on to 2027?
Kalonzo Musyoka has been in politics for many years. He is a kingpin for Ukambani. He has a lot of followers. And in 2027, if he is appointed the flag bearer in the United Opposition, he will form a very strong opposition that will oppose President Ruto. And if he decides to join President Ruto, they will have a very strong side that will secure President Ruto's 2-term. That's according to me.
Wow. Thank you so much. Now, as I finish, I'm seeing that him going to Bondo makes him influence politics in this way. Now, the people or the influencers, not the influencers, but the followers, there's going to be a shift. And I was listening somewhere and they were saying that President Ruto's actions of development are a reaction to the welcome that Kalonzo received, And I think him just being there, him after all that has happened, will touch a lot of people, including making Gachagua ask himself, if this guy decides to continue and break away, what support will I have? You get?
Yeah.
So we are either going to see more of him more of him speaking out and more of him backing Gachagua up. Or we're also going to see a fracture where he's going to leave the united opposition, you know? Yeah, that is what I am saying. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And comment down any suggestions or opinions that you may have. Thank you so much for coming, 𝐌𝐨𝐬𝐬.
Welcome.
You have a lovely time. Goodbye.